Hello everyone, Namaste, Hare Krishna. Welcome to Gita study session. So we are in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. This chapter is titled Raja Vidya, Raja Gohya Yoga. Raja means king, Vidya means knowledge. Raja Gohya, king, Gohya means secret. King of all knowledge, king of all secrets. So what is the king of all knowledge? What is the king of all secrets? That is about bhakti and the practice of bhakti yoga. Krishna preaches bhakti yoga in the middle 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. So after teaching the Dhyana yoga, Ashtanga yoga in the 6th chapter, Krishna speaks about bhakti yoga. Okay. So because the path of Ashtanga yoga requires strenuous exercises, continuous meditation, and also renunciation at the higher stages, it's so hard for one to practice and also attain perfection. But bhakti yoga is so easy to practice, so easy to attain perfection. But for one to cultivate bhakti, devotion towards the Lord, one has to know everything about the Lord. We need to know our object of meditation. Who is the God? What is the role of God in this cosmic existence? Where does God reside? And how can I attain the ultimate destination, that is Supreme Lord? The purpose of human life is to attain moksha. So to attain moksha, different paths are given. The path of Ashtanga yoga is little hard, and the path of Bhakti yoga is so easy and easy to attain Supreme Lord. Okay, easy to practice, easy to understand, easy to attain perfection. So that's why Krishna also says in this verse, in the 9th chapter, first 3 verses, this king of all knowledge, king of all secrets, Raja Vidya, Raja Gohya, Pavitramidham Uttamam. It's so pure. Pratyakshavagham dharmyam susukam karthmam avyayam. Susukam kartham is like easy to practice. Easy to practice. You can practice it at your own comfort and you can swiftly progress and attain your ultimate destination, the Supreme Lord. So, Krishna spoke about himself in 7th chapter elaborately, and 8th chapter, Krishna spoke about, Arjuna asked the question towards the end of 7th chapter. So, Krishna spoke about what is to be remembered at the time of death. Krishna says one has to remember Supreme Lord at the time of death to attain the Supreme Lord. Again, Krishna comes back giving the more details about the practices in Bhakti Yoga. Okay, so it's easy to understand, easy to practice, and Krishna continues speaking about himself, that he is all pervasive. He is so much integrated into this cosmic existence. Nothing can function without the presence of Lord. Maya atitamidam sarvam jagat avyaktam murtina. He's totally manifested in this existence in a unmanifested way. And he is the one who creates this entire cosmic existence. He is the one who destroys entire cosmic existence. Even though he does all these things, he's not affected. He's untouched by all his actions. So what is the role of God? He's just neutral. He plays a neutral role. Okay, and he's not attached to any of these things, his work. We went through this in detail in previous sessions. Okay, so we are in this 26 to 24 last section. So I'm giving a overview. Okay. As always, I do overview so that we can catch up if you missed previous sessions. So Krishna also says the Prakriti has its influence on everybody. The Prakriti has mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. It pulls and propels everybody. We are pulled in different directions by this Prakriti. But the Prakriti has no influence on the God himself. Maya Dakshina Prakriti. He says he oversees, supervisions the Prakriti. And Krishna also says he descends. He descends out of causeless mercy. But when he descends, people in general lack of having good understanding about the God. People think when God manifested, people think he is just a normal human being. And that is in the 11 to 25 verses. People think in general that God is normal human being like us. And because of that nature, people are committing, developing sinful or demonic qualities. Okay. But on the other side, there are great devotees of the Lord. They are called Mahatmas. Hmm? They have good understanding about the Lord, and they take the practice of devotion and devotional service, and they worship the Lord. Bhajantyamam ananya manaso. They worship with undeviated mind. And how they worship? Satatam kirtayanto mam. So always thinking about the Lord, always meditating on the Lord. They always worship the Lord. So bhakti at the stage of highest stage, when the bhakti matures, the devotion towards the Lord matures, so one could clearly understand the presence of the Lord in everyone and everything. He could see the presence of Lord in everyone, everything. Okay. If not, when the bhakti is not so matured, people in general may have different conceptions about the Lord, may think differently about the Lord. So one may think that demigods also a god. Demigods also a god. So we went through that. Who are demigods? What is the role of demigods in this existence? Hmm? Whom who is the object of worship? Who is the one who can grant us moksha liberation? So we went through that in detail in previous sessions. So that is only Lord, Supreme Lord Narayana, Krishna, Vasudeva. He is called Mukunda. He is the one who grants us moksha. People in general worship demigods. Krishna also says they're indirectly worshipping, avidhi purvakam, they're indirectly worshipping me. That may not be a direct worship. It's Krishna is the one who is through demigod giving us whatever we want. Okay. And Krishna ends this section with saying, Ananyas chintayanto mam yajana paripasate. If a person thinks about the Lord, meditates on the Lord, or gets devoted to the Lord, Lord protects. Lord giving an assurance that his devotee is 100% protected, and he ensures, the Supreme Lord ensures the devotee is in the right path towards him. Krishna says, Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. He gives what the devotee lacks. If devotee needs some kind of understanding about the Lord, or he's not practicing well, God some way or other puts us in the right direction for devotee to progress. And if a devotee has good understanding about the Lord, he's meditating on the Lord, he has good devotional credits. Krishna says he retains that. He preserves that devotional credits. Hmm? So that is Yogakshema Mahamyam. And in the last section, we are in this last section now, Krishna teaches that the bhakti or practice of bhakti yoga is so simple and easy. Hmm? One can take up the practices. So we'll get through this. So we started this verse in the previous session. So Krishna here says that the bhakti is so simple, easy to practice. One can practice just by offering something to the Lord. Hmm? So just like if I love a person, if I love my wife, I like to buy something for my wife, right? I like to buy her whatever she likes. She may not like whatever I like, right? But I need to find out her likings and give her a gift to her to make her happy, huh? So that I'll get happiness, right? So because I love her, I buy something for her happiness. I offer something for her happiness. So that is how in this material world also we see there is an offering. Whenever where there is a love between two people, there is an offering, right? Exchange, loving exchange, they offer something to each other. So to cultivate bhakti, devotion to the Lord, Krishna is giving us a very profound way and also easy way to practice, cultivate bhakti, that is offering. So Krishna, what do you need to offer? You want me to offer some millions of dollars, or you want me to offer 56 varieties of food, Japan board? Or do you have any special criteria what needs to be offered? Krishna says, no, no, it's so easy. You just offer a leaf. Patram means leaf. A leaf, water you get, you don't have to buy. Water even you get from the nature that is provided by Krishna himself. We can just pluck a leaf and offer to the God. And a pushpam, a flower, one can offer a flower to the God. Any preference in the flower? No preference. Any flower, any flower. Krishna accepted. Phalam, a fruit. One single fruit. We eat many fruits, just one fruit. One grape. Krishna is happy. Toya means water. If you don't have anything, just water from natural resources. So we pay for water, but if one could offer anything which we get like from the nature, right? Patram pushpam phalam tam. Easy way to go to the God, approach the God, look at the God, offer to the Lord. So that way one can cultivate bhakti, devotion. Krishna says, Tadaham bhakti upaharatam. Upahar means like a gift. So whatever we offer, Krishna is saying he accept it as a gift, as a special gift. We don't think we are giving a gift to the God, but Krishna is saying he accept it as a gift. Wow, right? And yeah, Bhakti Yoga is so simple, easy to practice. Just by offering Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, we can begin. If you're not already doing it, we can start from today. Right? If I ask you to renounce and go to jungle and meditate to attain liberation, no, that's not, it's quite hard. We can't do it, we can't practice right away. The path of Bhakti Yoga is so easy. You can practice right from this moment, right? Whatever we have, just like the simple basic things one can offer. And offering instills love and devotion. Offering instills love and devotion. If you love a person, we invite them and cook nice food for them, right? And so to see their happiness, right? The same thing we can offer to the God, so that way we can cultivate bhakti towards the Lord. So we looked at it in previous session. I'm giving an overview again. So does Krishna accept in the deity form? Of course, yes. The Krishna, the Supreme Lord, who is in the spiritual world, is not different from Krishna in the material world. Like he appears as Archa Vigraha, a deity form, or the holy name. The Lord holy name, the Lord's deity, and the Lord himself in the spiritual world are all same. Lord is absolute. So we can offer to Krishna, who is in the deity form. Okay, the deity form of Krishna is not different from Krishna himself. So one might ask, why to offer? Why to offer? I'm happy with my own life. Why should I bring God in my life? So Krishna spoke about this in the third chapter, that there is a need for us to offer, because any action we do, anything we eat, it brings karma. Right? So we covered this in the first, we are in the ninth chapter. We elaborately discussed in previous sections of Bhagavad Gita, previous chapters of Bhagavad Gita, but I'll give a quick glimpse of it. Okay. So we need to see how food is cultivated. Who produces the food? The question is, the first I'll talk about the question. What is the question? Why should I offer to the Krishna? And what if I don't offer to Krishna? If I don't offer to Krishna, Krishna says, will be bound by karmic reactions. If we have karmic reactions, then we have to take birth again and again. So to avoid the karmic reactions, one has to start offering. Okay. So we'll see what is karmic reaction, with how karmic reaction is associated with the food. Right? So we need to see how the food is produced, where it is produced, how it is produced. And were there any animals or insects killed as part of producing the food? I know I have a nice plate, dinner plate. I don't know how it is produced. I just eat it. Right? But Krishna is saying, like, you need to look at other factors too, how your food is produced. So just by sitting, if a person is just sitting, getting up from the bed, eating food and sleeping, only doing this in his life, will he get liberated? Will he get liberated if a person just eating the food and sleeping? No. Answer is no. He will get more karmic reactions just for eating food also. So we went through this in detail uh, in previous chapters, but in a high level, yes, even food carries karma. Just by eating food, we'll get karmic reactions. Okay, so by offering the food to the god, the food becomes karma-free food. So that is what we eat in that temple. Like in the food also, if you go to temple, in ISKCON temple or any temple, or in our Sanatana Dharma also, we have this practice of offering the food. We have the practice of offering the food. You all know, you would have seen your mothers offering food to a god, right? They cook nicely food and we offer to the god, and later we take it. So we have this practice inherited from our ancestors. We have been doing this. So Krishna also saying the same thing. It's not different. It's not new, right? So whatever you eat, you offer, and the food becomes karma-free food, and one can accept it. So what to offer? Does Krishna has any dietary restrictions? We have dietary restrictions. Does Krishna has any dietary restrictions? No. One can offer anything. Not meat, okay? Anything means anything doesn't mean we can offer a meat and other stuff. No. The sattvic food. Okay, the food which we usually eat in temples, that is a sattvic food, right? So that is a food stuff. It could be fully prepared food. Also, we can offer it to the god. The food becomes karma-free food. When we eat the karma-free food, our consciousness is pure. Our mindset is pure. I know this is additional details, but I'll talk about this. Krishna also talks about in later chapters. Food has its effect, influence on the mind. Our mind, our thought process, it's all based on the food we eat. Food consists of in the mode of goodness, mode of passion, or mode of ignorance. Mode of goodness is like sattvic food, vegetables, fruits, and everything. Mode of passion, the food in the mode of passion is something which agitates the mind. Which agitates the mind. People get agitated easily. They get prone to anger and greed and all those things. Disturbance in the mind because of rajasic food. And there is a tamasic food, the leftover foods or spoiled foods that brings laziness, sluggishness in the consciousness. Okay, so food has its effect on the consciousness. If we eat the sattvic food, the food which is offered to Krishna is a sattvic food, our mind is pure, our consciousness is pure, then we can happily do the practice of bhakti yoga. Okay, so when to offer, there is no time, place, circumstances. Whatever we eat, we can offer to God. How to offer? There are some mantras, so that if you want, I can share you. Otherwise, you can chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra or any mantra you like of about the Supreme Lord Narayana or Krishna, and you can offer, put it on the table. And important thing is one has to offer with tulsi plant, basil leaf, right? That leaf one has to put and offer to the God. And we should say one thing for sure: please accept it. Please accept it, God. Okay, and we looked at this story also. This is a story of a small boy. In a short, I spoke about this in previous session. In short, so this boy was asked by his father to offer food to the God. He thought like God will literally eat. God will literally eat. But when it was offered to the God by this boy, God was not eating. He was literally started crying. This boy was literally started weeping, and he was not at all going to his home. And looking at that boy, Krishna himself ate the food. And after third day, it happened for continuous 3 days. And after the third day, when his father came back, and his father was hid behind a pillar, and he saw that Krishna was actually eating. He emptied the plate. Krishna emptied the plate. So when the offering is done with pure love and devotion, Krishna will accept it. Krishna will accept it. One must not think that this is just a stone form or this is just um, a wood form. Krishna will not eat it or God will not eat it. No, Krishna will eat it. When the offering is pure, Krishna will accept it. Krishna doesn't has to physically eat and put it back. Krishna can, what Krishna wants is love. Krishna eats, Krishna eats love. That's it. So, so that was our previous session, and now our session continues. So, there's one more story I want to say. So, this is about Vidura. So, this story coming from Mahabharat. In Mahabharat, when the war is about to begin, Lord Krishna was sent as a emissary, peaceful emissary, to settle the situation. Okay, um, and give the land to Pandavas. So when Krishna went there, so Duryodhana, he thought he can bring Krishna into his party. When Krishna is there, of course, he could easily win, right? So Duryodhana, he knew that Krishna is coming, and he started making all the preparations, and he wants to give nice hospitality to Krishna. And Krishna goes there, and that time Duryodhana says, "My dear Lord, now that you come to my place, I want to offer some nice food stuff. Let's have lunch together." Let's have lunch together. I nicely arranged food stuff for you. Then Krishna says a very nice thing. He says, if a person to eat at other person's place, this person must be hungry. The first condition must be hungry. The second condition is one must have good relationship. So you don't have, we both don't have good relationship, and I'm not hungry either. So I'll eat later. He just walked away. And he went to the place of Vidura. Okay. So Vidura is another great devotee of the Lord. His wife is also a great devotee of the Lord. You can see in this picture. Okay. They always worship the Lord. They have a deity form of the Lord. They always think about the Lord, meditate on the Lord, worship the Lord with great devotion. So now Krishna is visiting. Their object of worship, the God. They knew Krishna is God and they were worshipping, and that Supreme Lord is visiting home. How do we feel if we have an important guest is coming to our home? Quite nervous, right? So that was the situation with this Vidura's wife. So she received Krishna. She welcomed Krishna and received Krishna, and she offered a table to Krishna. And she was literally shocked, nervous, and she wants to offer something. She wants to do something for the Lord. So she quickly grabbed a basket of bananas and she started giving the bananas to Krishna. But she was so much absorbed looking at the beautiful face of Krishna, her object of worship. Instead of giving the fruit, when we eat banana, what we do? We eat the fruit and throw away the peel, right? So in case of Vidura's wife, she did opposite. She offered peel to Krishna and threw away the fruit. So she was not even looking at banana. She's just taking from the basket and peeling the fruit and throwing a banana, throwing away the fruit and giving the peel to Krishna. Her love towards Krishna was so genuine, so pure. Krishna just accepted it. Krishna started eating it. No, if someone is giving to me like a banana peels, would I eat it? I'll just say stop it. I want give me fruit. This is not the way you uh, uh, offer food to your guests. That's what we say. But Krishna is so loving and caring, so he just accepted the peels. He started eating one peel, second peel, third peel, and Vidura was just serving. At one point, Krishna says, "I'm done. I'm full. I need to go." That time Krishna left the place, and Vidura comes into the home, and he says, I heard that Krishna has come to our home. Is that true? And the wife says, yes. Did you offer something to Krishna? Yes, I offered. What did you offer? Banana. Oh, nice. We could offer something else. But he looked at, he looks down and he sees all the fruit. That time he asked, did you offer banana or did you offer the fruit or did you offer the peel? And she looks at banana. She looks at all the fruit she threw away, right? That time she realizes that all the while she was offering only the peel. She was not even offering the fruit. And Krishna did not question anything. Krishna did not stop her from offering the peel. Such a beautiful story. So the essence is one can offer anything to Krishna. I mean, if you, the food has to be offered with love and devotion, Krishna accept it. Okay. So this is another story about Gajendra. This is from the Gajendra Moksham in Srimad Bhagavatam, where Gajendra was caught by this crocodile. So Gajendra offers nice prayers. And towards the end, he says, like, my dear Lord, I'm offering nice prayers to you, just to offer this flower. You can see in this picture, just to offer this flower, I'm offering this to you. I'm not worried about this problem I'm having. I love you so much. I am offering this flower to you. So that's how the great devotees see. Right? So there's a devotion of the great devotees. Okay. So life lesson. Krishna accepts love. Offerings are the medium to express the love. So another life lesson, the message, the takeaway message from this shloka is Lord Krishna is easily accessible in the form of Archa Vigraha, deity form. So if you can't offer with pure love, if you can't offer with pure heart, offer to get a pure heart. You'll get it. It's okay. We'll get it. One has to cultivate that. Okay. So we'll do this verse number 27. I'll ask someone to recite this.
यत् करोषि यत् अश्नासि यत् यज्जुहोषि ददासि यत् तपस्यसि कौन्तेय तत् कुरुष्व मद अर्पणम्. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever auspice you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me.
Thank you. So Krishna gives more practices, more details about how to practice his bhakti. You know, so one may say, morning I'm getting up from the bed. I need to take care of my body. I need to fresh up and I need to go to office to earn money. I'm so busy from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Total busy. I need to take care of my family. I need to feed them. I have so many activities. I don't have time to worship Krishna. I don't have time to offer something to Krishna. What can I offer? My life is so busy. Krishna gives a beautiful thing, very nice thing here. Krishna says, to cultivate the devotion, bhakti, you can start doing this, Arjuna, and to everybody. What is that? Whatever you do, whatever you do, you're taking care of your body, you do as an offering to Krishna. I'm doing it for the pleasure of Krishna. With that mindset, one can do, right? So one might think like, one should have a higher motive to do anything in this world, right? So there is in Hindi we say मुझे क्या मिलेगा मुझे क्या मिलेगा. I want to do something, but मुझे क्या मिलेगा. Krishna is saying like you will get liberation. Right? So keep Krishna as objective. Even with kids also, my daughter, she likes to sleep more. Um, when we have to go for a vacation or something else, or when she has to go to her friend's house, she has that motive. Okay, that she gets up early because she has this motive, higher motive. Okay, she gets happiness uh, just to go to her friend's house and have good time. So for that reason she gets up, because of higher motive she gets up, otherwise she nicely sleeps. Same thing with our life also. Whatever we do, we are, do not put our 100% effort, or do not take care of ourselves, or do not do our work properly. Sometimes we are not attentive, careless, and do all kinds of things. We don't have a higher goal, right? Higher motive. Krishna is saying, keep me as a higher motive. Do it for me. When you think about this and do, I'm doing it for Krishna, we will be successful in anything we do. We can happily work. That's a practice of karma yoga, basically. So one can happily work and happily live a life, right? So yeah. Whatever you do, okay, whatever you do, any action, taking care of my family members, one should not see as a burden. Why this child? Why this wife? Why this? Why this in my life? When he attributes that to God, I am doing it for the pleasure of Krishna. So simple, just a change of mindset. Krishna is not asking to renounce the world, or not having the family life. Krishna is saying, you have family life, no problem. But keep Krishna as your um, higher motive. Then you will happily work. You cultivate bhakti. Hmm? So whatever you do as an offering to Krishna for the pleasure of Krishna. We don't see work to be a burden. We can happily work, nicely work, any work, doesn't matter. Okay. Yat juhosi dadasi yat. Yat asnasi, yat asnasi. Asnasi means eating. Like whatever we eat, right? One can eat as a like I'm taking care of my body for the pleasure of Krishna. How is that? So that when my body is served, when the food is eaten, like sattvic food is eaten, my mind is pure, my consciousness is pure. I have a higher goal in my life to attain liberation. For that reason, I'm eating sattvic food. So that way we can also nicely take care of our body. No health issues, right? No health issues, and we have a higher purpose in the life, even for maintaining the body. So sometimes we don't even care, like we just dump it. We just dump the food, whatever it is. But when we consider this body to be temple of Krishna, God, temple of Krishna, and when we want to use this body or utilize this body as a service to the Lord, we'll try to keep this temple very clean. The body, the God also resides as Paramatma in the heart of everybody. One should see the body itself as a temple. One can thoroughly, carefully nurture this body. Hmm? So just by learning Bhagavad Gita, one can be physically fit also. Physically fit, mentally fit, and more importantly, one can work towards liberation and attain liberation. So asnasya also means like possessing, like what are we possess? We have a habit of possessing. I want this, I want this, I want this, uh, for my own pleasure, right? So when we accept things for the pleasure of Krishna, for the pleasure of Krishna, then we don't run, we don't hanker for the things. We don't hanker for the things. So whatever you give away, juhosi dadasiyat. So whatever you give away, like charity. So we do the charity things, right? Sometimes donations to the people. You also see politicians also doing some donations to the people. So what is the motive there? Why they want to do? They want a name, fame, popularity. Right? So I know some organizations in St. Louis, they do so much donations to different organizations, but they don't do any donations to temple. I was a little shocked. There is a person who I know, like who works with other people. When this person uh, goes to them, like I say, like, hey, temple needs something. We are celebrating this. They don't give anything, right? So, but they give thousands of dollars, $100,000, $200,000, just like a donation to some organizations, because their name will be called and they will be honored in front of public. Right? So they have a higher motive. Like people are doing donations for that purpose. There is a problem. There's nothing wrong in that. That's fine. If individual wants to get honored in that way, no problem. But there is a problem. He will be prone to ahankara. Ahankara. Okay. If someone is doing $100,000, not that person is not properly honored, and there is a person who donated $200,000, he is so very nicely honored. That time, what happens? Envy. Look at me. I did so much. I donated so much money to these people, and they're not even caring me now. They started caring the other person who's donating more, right? And all these negative emotions, ahankara. If they're honoring this person, then he's prone to ahankara. Like, look at me. I'm so great person in this St. Louis. If they're not honoring me, then I'll become envious. Why these people are not honoring me, respecting me, and they're respecting some other person in front of me. Right? So this is what the things happen. So that's why Krishna says, if you are doing charity, if you want to be unaffected by the so-called ahankara, mamakara, the I-ness and minus, right? I and minus, I am mind consciousness. If you want to be stay positive in your dealings, you do as an offering to Krishna. Tad Kurushvam Madarparam. Whatever we eat, Tad Kurushvam Madarparam. I do this for the pleasure of Krishna. I possess it for the pleasure of Krishna. Right? I do donations, charitable things for the pleasure of Krishna. Tapasyasi. Tapasya means austerities. Austerities perform. Right? So I don't eat food today to starve, right? Or for a tapasya means is a very, very profound word. Tapasya means like voluntarily taking the inconvenience for a higher purpose. For a higher purpose, right? So are we doing tapasya right now? Yes. You could have enjoyed so many things in many different ways in this time frame, but you chose to come to this class, right? That is also tapasya, sacrifice, yajna, tapasya is also same. Right? So people do this tapasya in many different ways. They sacrifice their personal enjoyment or money or anything for a different purposes. Again, they're prone to these negative emotions, right? So tapasya also has to be done for the pleasure of the God. So what Krishna is trying to say in this verse is live a Krishna conscious life, God conscious life, God conscious life in our actions, in our dealings, and anything we do. Okay. When you bring God in our life, that instills bhakti. So, okay, this is part of Karma Yoga. If you have missed Karma Yoga concept, so I'm gonna reiterate again. But with a nice example now this time. So you can see. So if you are driving in this US, right? So there are or any country, there are three signals, right? Yellow signal, red signal, and green signal. Red means you must stop. You can't drive. You have to stop, right? If you drive, you're gonna get into trouble or you're going to make others trouble. You're going to create problems to others, right? One has to stop, right? There is a rule, right? And the yellow is like one has to slow down, watch out and slowly go. And the green means like one can freely go, no problem, no problem, right? So you can relate this to the traffic signal. You can relate this to our actions. Okay, this relates to the previous this verse 27 Krishna speaking, right? So in Sanatana Dharma, Sanatana Dharma, any actions we do, actions will create reactions. If you do good action, we'll get good credits. I'm helping someone. People are in need of water. They don't have water to drink. I'm donating water to them. Right? If I do that karma, the good credit, the one we get good credit. If I do that karma, the good action, donating water, I get a good credit. So what is a good credit? The credit is I'll be supplied enough water in my lifetime. This lifetime or next lifetime, I'll be supplied enough water. These are good things. Okay, there's nothing wrong in doing it. One has to do yajna dana tapa karma pavanani manishna. All these activities purifies the soul. Krishna also says it. One has to do, but one has to watch out. One has to watch out. So we are prone to this I and mind, ahankara mamakara again, right? One has to watch out. So let's talk about like when we get good credits or accumulate good credits throughout this life or many lifetimes. If you have enough good credits, we will be given a place for enjoyment. We'll be taken to the heaven. We will get a body in the heaven, all the nice facilities in the heaven, or in the earth planet itself. In this earth planet itself, we will be given nice facilities. So sometimes people think, why I don't have money, why I have to go through this problem. this problem, that problem, so many problems. Why did God put me in these situations? I am suffering here. The answer is God did not put. Okay, so because of our actions. If we do good actions, good actions, good karma, we learn good credits. It is because of good credits we will be given good facilities. Okay, so the red thing you see, this is stop. One has to stop. One should not go, right. So it's all bad actions. Karma, vikarma. This is called vikarma. So if you do this is karma. This is yellow one is karma. The red one is vikarma. The illicit actions, which is not even prescribed. Hurting someone, insulting someone, creating problems to someone, all kinds of things, right? So one would get bad reactions. Because of bad reactions, there is a suffering. Okay, in this world or in this lifetime or next lifetime, one has to go through this. So what Krishna is teaching here in this verse number 27, and also Krishna has taught in the Karma Yoga section of Bhagavad Gita in the first 5 chapters, one has to do action in such a way that actions will not produce karma. Right? It's like we can eat tons of ice creams, but do not get spike in the sugar levels, or we do not even gain weight. That's so cool, right? Right? So Krishna is saying, you can do all the actions. Don't escape from the action. Don't abandon the action. Do action. Any action you do. What are the action you do? If you're doing humanitarian works, you do. That's good. But do it as an offering to me. Tat Kurushvam Madarpanam. That's what Krishna says. Tat Kurushvam Madarpanam as Krishna Arpanamastu. Right? I'm donating the water. Again, same example. I'm donating the water to the people in need. I'll say Krishna Arpanamastu. I'm doing it for the pleasure of Krishna. That's it. If they glorify me, if they appreciate me, if they dishonor me, I don't care. I don't worry about anything. I'm doing it for the pleasure of Krishna. That's it. If I'm in a profession of like a doctor, I'm treating patients, right? I could do as a service to the Lord, offering to the Lord. I can nicely take care of patients. Right? If I'm an engineer, IT person who is, example, writing code, is dealing with code or many things, or tools, many things in his life. Even any action, that action also one can be seen as an offering to the Lord. I'm doing it for the pleasure of the Lord. I offer to the Lord. Krishna Arpanamastu. If someone appreciates me, I'll say Krishna because of you. If someone criticizes me, Krishna, you have a plan for me. Help me come out of this. So our mind, all one could keep the mind in always peaceful state. It needs a practice. Okay, it needs a practice. We can try out. We can try this out. So there's a nice verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. Kayena vacha manasendriyeva buddhyatmana बुद्ध्यात्मना वनुश्रिता स्वभावात् करोति यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. What are the actions we do with the body? We do many actions with the body, and we do with the words. With the words also we speak many things, and the mind, intelligence, everything must be offering. One must do as an offering to Krishna for the pleasure of Krishna, says Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. So what Krishna says, yet karosi, yet asanasi, yet juhosi dadasi, yet tapasyati kaunteya, tad kurushva madarpanam. Do as an offering to me. So how to do that? Tell me in practical way. Right? So yet karoshi, what do you do? What do you do? I do all my duties. I take care of my family members. I'll do it for the pleasure of Krishna. I'll happily do. I don't see work as a burden. I'll happily do with great joy for the pleasure of Krishna. Success or failure, I offer to Krishna. I'll be neutral. Right? This is art of living. Hitasnasi. Whatever we eat, whatever we possess, I don't run behind possessions. Let Krishna has a plan for me. I'll accept it as his prasadam. Right? And Juhosi Dadasiyat. So I'm doing the charitable things and volunteering services, humanitarian works, many things. I'm not affected if they honor me, dishonor me, if they appreciate me or not. I just do as a service to the Lord. I'm doing everything as offering to the Lord. Hmm? Tapasya, austerities, we voluntarily taking up some inconveniences to help others. I'll do it for the pleasure of Krishna. So more importantly, the tapasya, most important tapasya one has to do in this world of Kali is chanting the holy name of the Lord, meditating on the pastimes of the Lord and form of the Lord. This is the greatest tapasya one can do in this age of Kali. One should also help others, but also has to help ourselves first, right? So one has to have good consciousness first. So life lesson, live a Krishna conscious life. In all our activities, in all our dealings, we can bring God in our life and live a godly life. Okay, so this is easy one. I'll ask someone to recite this.
शुभा शुभा फलैर एवं मोक्ष्यसे कर्म बंधनैः संन्यासा योग युक्तात्मा विमुक्तो मां pasyasi. In this way, you will be freed from bondage to work and its auspicious and inauspicious results. With your mind fixed on me in this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated and come to me.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank
So
you.
that's what we want, right? Liberation, moksha. That is a main subject matter in Bhagavad Gita. That is moksha, to attain liberation. So one might have different expectations. Like I study Bhagavad Gita to control my mind. I study Bhagavad Gita to control my anger, stress management, anger management, life management, many things. That's fine. Most importantly, this is a message of Bhagavad Gita. If a person can understand this particular thing, he understood Bhagavad Gita, entire Bhagavad Gita. So the purpose of reading Bhagavad Gita is moksha, liberation. How to attain that is being spoken in throughout this Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so that must be the purpose of our life, to attain liberation, because human life is very rare, very rarely attained. After going through 8.4 millions of life or species of life, one rarely gets a human life, right? So one has to make best use of this human body and work towards liberation. That's what Krishna says here. So to attain the liberation, make that as a goal, and attaining Krishna as a goal. And what Krishna said in 27th verse, that yet karoshi, yad asnasi, yad juhosi, dadasi, yad tapasyasi kaunteya, tad kurushamadarpanam. You do as an offering to me. Whatever you do as an offering to me. So what is the result of that doing? What is the result of such a practice? Krishna is saying, moksha se karma bandhana. There is no karma bandhana. Your actions have no reactions. Right? As I said in the previous slide, any actions we do, if we do good actions, we'll get good reactions. If we do bad actions, we'll get bad reactions. Krishna is saying, if you do an action in this way, with this mindset, that I'm offering to the God, there is no karma bandhana, there is no bondage, there is no reaction to our action. The karma is burnt. Our actions, we are not accumulating new karma. We are not accumulating new karma, burning away our karmas, right? So if you do with that mindset, one is guaranteed, one can attain liberation. And shubha shubha falairevam, right? So as I said, good action, bad action, right? There is a papa and punya. Papa and punya, pious act or impious act, right? So one will be freed from papa punya. He'll not even get punya, he'll not even get papa, right? There's no reaction to his action. Sannyasa yoga yuktatma. So Krishna is teaching us the principle, the best way of renunciation. So actually, in the practice of Gnana or Ashtanga Yoga, one has to renounce. One has to take the path of renunciation and sit and meditate, and it's so hard. Can't even imagine. No, there is no one practicing in this age of Kali Yuga, and in 2024, you don't see anyone practicing this path of Ashtanga Yoga to attain liberation. Krishna is saying this is so easy. You can possess everything. At the same time, you're called renunciate. There is a nice term for this called Yukta Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya. You can possess everything. If you want to have a $10 million, $100 million house, no problem. You can have it. You can accept it as an offering to the God for the pleasure of the God. I have this nice house. I use it for the pleasure of the God. That's it. Right? So I'm not generating any negative emotions. I'm not prone to any negative emotions. Right? So I can I can do job. I can have a wife. I can have children. In all my dealings, I do it with the consciousness of the mind for the pleasure of the God. Right? So Krishna is saying you're considered a renunciate. Right? I'm possessing. How can I be a renunciate if I have a millions of dollars of house and so much money in my bank balance? Am I called renunciate? Krishna is saying yes in this verse. You are still called a renunciate. There is a condition. Conditions apply, right? The condition is it's your consciousness, your mindset. In your mindset, you should have possess everything as a gift of the Lord for the pleasure of the God. That's it. We are still considered renunciate. Okay. So such a renunciation, such a way of dealing, such a way of living our life, Krishna is saying, if you can do that, you will be liberated and you'll come to me. So there's a nice from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. This is also in the Padma Purana. It is said that you can read this translation. When one is not attached to anything, but at the same time accepts everything in relation to Krishna, one is rightly situated above possessiveness. On the other hand, when one who rejects everything without knowledge of its relationship to Krishna is not as complete in his renunciation. One may artificially renounce, but still mentally they haven't renounced. Right? So one may say, like, I'm done with my family members, I'll go to jungle and meditate. But after going there, he has not developed detachment, still thinking about possessing things and thinking about stuff, right? So Krishna is saying, this works, it is said that one can possess everything. There's nothing wrong in possessing it. And such a person who accepts everything in connection with the God, in relation with the God for the pleasure of God, such a person is also called a great renunciate. Okay, so life lesson again. So spiritual discipline is the road to freedom, not a roadblock. Okay, I think this verse needs a detailed explanation. We are at right time, 7:30. I know I always take more time, but okay, we can stop here. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining the session today. If you have any questions, thoughts, or realizations, sharings, you can feel free. Thank you. Hare Krishna.